What is up, traders? Hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to be going over this short taken in the final day macro. Today was FOMC, so I was waiting post FOMC to look for a trade. So I waited for the final AM macro to look for a potential setup, either to take some buy side liquidity that would be resting or sell side liquidity that would be resting from the news event. So that's kind of how I ended up taking this short today. If we see here, FOMC came in and just pushed price higher from this wick here at 2 p.m. And then from here, just kept on pushing up. And on that push, I did post on my Discord that we had a lot of sell side liquidity resting from this push up. We had all of this resting sell side that could be potentially targeted and swept during the final macro of the day, which is 3:15 to 3:45. So what I did was came into the final macro of the day, and I was looking for a potential opportunity to try and take shorts into these sell sides right here. So quick thing to mention, we did have SMT with ES on this high. NQ didn't sweep this high. Right here we can see, and then ES did sweep it. So that was a nice confluence to kind of come into the trade and to aid my bias. Here, I simply entered off of this fair value gap when it tapped into it after we impulsed at 311, came down at around 315 when the macro opened. We had impulsed with a fair value gap and we came back into it. As soon as I saw price respecting it, I entered here, stop loss above midpoint or constant encouragement of this 1 minute wick, because if we are bearish, we're not going to come back up here. This is a valid stop loss. So constant encouragement of this wick, which is my stop loss, entry out at that fair value gap. And then I did partial in my entries because since we are still in a buy program here and we're very bullish, price could still very easily continue up higher. But since my bias is bearish and I do anticipate some sort of sell side liquidity to be swept during this macro, so that's why I entered this short. Scaled in my position. I did post my entries on Discord, so feel free to check that out. I think 2 contracts was in here, and then when we impulsed, this was an order block. We came back up, respected it. I entered again, and then I entered my final entry when this order block on the 1 minute turned into a breaker, and it was disrespected. So I entered my final position right here, and I took my full TP at this sell side liquidity low right here. Right, so this wick, we have this wick with this inefficiency on the 1 minute. Actually, it's the whole thing. I have it drawn incorrect. The inefficiency is the whole thing, including the volume imbalance. So that was a nice target for me. And then this big shaded area is also a 5 minute order block. And the reason why I picked this specific target and not the rest of the sell side liquidity lower is simply because we are in a buy program and I'm looking to get in and out really quick. And I took the Fibonacci from this low to this high, and the midpoint aligned very beautifully at around this region. And so I'm looking for a PDRA to take profit at around midpoint of this leg right here. So midpoint was around here, and this 5 minute order block aligned perfectly with midpoint of this range. So that was a nice TP area. And then when I dropped into the 1 minute, I'm looking for a more kind of confirmation to take my profits and a nicer area. So we have this 1 minute inefficiency and this wick low. So took my profits right there, right here. There we go. So about 125 handles, risking 32, 3.87 R trade. Very nice. And then we can see here how throughout the rest of the day we did actually respect this 5 minute order block that I have drawn out here. So very nice trade, very patient, and being patient does pay. So yeah, waiting for the final day macro because the coming up into the day we had FOMC, so price was very, very shitty and not the best, and it is to be expected. So on these days you generally want to wait for the post news macros. So the best macro post news of 2 p.m. and we did also have news at 2:30 p.m. is the final day macro to trade, which that happened today. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys found this insightful. If you want more pre and post position analysis just like this, feel feel free to join my free Discord. Link is in the description. Also, I am posting my free mentorship here on YouTube. So if you're starting out with trading or struggling, feel free to tune in and watch. All right. That's it. Hope you guys found this insightful. And until next time, stay safe and happy trading.